Thank you very much for this interview.
Great pleasure.
My first question is Netflix and other services of video on demand the future of the television?
What's happening around the world is people are moving to an internet life. They're living on their mobile phone, they're getting smart tablets, they're on the internet. And in television, it's moving from linear and broadcast television to internet video. And all of the major networks like Televisa here or like the BBC in the UK, they're all also going to become internet networks.
Companies as Netflix is finished the big television empires? Yeah?
No, the big television empires will become internet empires. Again, like Televisa will do internet viewing of their content, and like CBS or the HBO in the US or the BBC in the UK. So all the big providers are moving on to the internet.
No, it's one fight, it's one alliance?
It's not quite an alliance. They're all trying to win more affection from consumers to make the service better.
Yes. Mr. Hsting, how survive in one industry internet companies as Netflix for the streaming of video on demand?
So yeah, many people are growing, and Netflix launched 3 years ago, and now we're over 5 million members in Latin America, over 53 million members on a global basis. But there's a lot of companies competing, and then of course there's all the piracy too.
Now in your country, in the USA, is the fight for the neutrality of internet. How do you think about this?
Net neutrality is this idea that the internet should just be in. You can get any service and so that's widely accepted in the USA and Mexico, around the world.
Yes. Many countries, Mexico for example, are still far from having one high penetration of broadband. But is the great deal for Netflix. What do you think of this?
Well, you know, 2 years ago I was on the coast in Costa Rica, very rural part of that service. And and I talked to some Costa Ricans, and they said, well, the governments, they've stopped paving the roads, and instead they're putting fiber optic down the dirt road to make sure that every part of Costa Rica is high speed. And you see similar things in Mexico and in the rest of the world where fiber optic is getting to more and more of the country. Because it's not just for entertainment, it's also for education and learning and politics and medicine, and all of these are bringing people together. And so we'll see this big investment from the private sector, from the public sector, around more fiber optic.
Yes, now in Mexico exists one reform, the telecommunication reform. How do you think of this is one great opportunity for Netflix, for example, for great the business in this country?
Well, for us, it's really around the internet. And so the internet has gotten faster and faster over the last 3 years, and that's continuing to do so.
How the mobile devices, for example, the mobile phones, smartphones, inclusive the computers, change this them from consume television now in internet?
Well, it makes it so easy. There's so many devices to watch Netflix on, tablets and laptops and TVs and mobile phones. So we just want to make it easy.
2 years ago, Netflix arrived to Mexico. Many people say, no, it's the great future. No. However, now Netflix is the great business in Mexico. How do you think about the future in Mexico?
Well, we're continuing to improve the service with adding more content. Now we're filming an original production here in Mexico too. And we're just continuing to make it better. When we launched, it was 99 pesos. 3 years later, 89 pesos for our standard definition offering. And then we just launched this week these wonderful offers in OXXO and 7-Eleven, so you can pay with cash, no credit card, no debit card for Netflix, so it's so easy to buy one of these and have a couple months of Netflix.
In production, Mexico is, the companies in Mexico, is possible work with Netflix in original series?
Yes, we're doing an original series and with Gaz that did Nosotros los Nobles, and you know, he's an amazing filmmaker, and so it's a great story that he's built, and we hope to make Gaz just an international success.
Is in the future Netflix no ads more in your tradition?
Netflix has no advertising, no plans for advertising. What's great about Netflix, you know, is you pay your 89 pesos a month and then watch as much as you want on any device with no advertising.
Yes. Finally, Mr. Hsting, is now the new generation, for example, the millennials, is the target of companies in video on demand and streaming, for example, Netflix?
Millennials are great for us, but also your grandparents. I mean, we want everybody who uses the internet and who enjoys television to get the option to choose Netflix. Because with Netflix, you get to choose. You watch what time you want, 3 in the afternoon or midnight. It's on your schedule, not the broadcasters.
Maybe other companies, for example, not only Televisa or TV Azteca, maybe other companies in Mexico, for example, Cadena 3, excelsiortv, maybe can one alliance with Netflix for the transmission of programs?
Mostly those networks will do their own services on the internet, like CBS just announced in the USA, or that the BBC does in the UK. So I think they will offer their content direct to consumers, because then it's their brand.
Yes, the question is for the next year. In Mexico, open 2 news chains of TV.
Yeah.
Is maybe one opportunity work more in one alliance, maybe the news companies with Netflix?
It could be, and you know, as the internet grows, there's just so much opportunity to create new services, and everybody's trying to improve their service to make it better for consumers.
Te invitamos a seguir cuestionando la información con los siguientes videos.